Oh, it is such a noble occasion, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I feel as if I'm royalty already, ladies and gentlemen,
It's my band.
boys and girls, aliens of all ages. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the A to Z program live here on a Friday night. I'm AZ Hanger 18. Next to me on this side is the man, the myth, the legend, the quintessential stud muffin of Queens,
Call me when you
Gordon
get
Tim Tabala Shumway,
because
and we will
I
be
want
delving into
to
that
clear you up
as
to
the
have fun
night
for
goes
that.
on. Timmy, what's
Yes.
up? How we doing?
Dude, I'm always happy to be here, especially on a Friday night. I got nothing to do, man. No more like going out bullshit. I'm happy to be here on the A to Z program to be
Well,
the epic man to your Johnny Carson. Hell,
Hey, well, that's something. It's yeah. I'm not even going to try to do my Johnny Carson because it's not going to work. We got Mike chiming in already. Just a forewarning, you fellas. I am quite the authority on alien lore. Yes, Mike, I know you are, and you know that I am also. So we are going to delve deep. And Mike, give us some of your stuff. Bring it to us. We want we want everybody to interact and have fun with us tonight because we're going pop culture aliens. We're going real aliens. We're going planetary, interstellar, intergalactic, interuniversal. We're tackling every aspect of aliens that you want to attack, and we're just gonna bullshit too. So just so you know. So, Samo, what's happening? How we doing, Sam? Sam from up in Windsor, up in the house. So, as I said, Tim, today we are discussing one thing and one thing only, and that is aliens. And as you know, Tim, aliens have come the Rendlesham incident. Mike, we will the Rendlesham Forest in England. Yes, that's true.
Mike, you're an expert. What's my name?
Yeah, what's Tim's name, Mike? If
where's my name from?
Where's his name from?
Gordon
The Rendlesham
Shumway.
The Rendlesham Forest incident. That's a really good topic to start out on, Mike. In England, a U.S. Air Force base, two men witnessed a UFO. Am I right or am I wrong? I believe that's the Rendlesham Forest incident because that's almost like the Roswell of England. And Roswell, for those of you that don't know, in 1947, at the Roswell Army Air Corps base. I can't remember what it's called, but at the Roswell Army Airfield, supposedly outside of the grounds on Mac Brazel's farm, that was the first well publicized alien spaceship UFO crash. And it was dubbed the Flying Saucer. And it was actually printed in the paper that a UFO crashed. Later on, okay, after the Army and the big wigs and everybody got into it, they recanted the story and put out a new editorial saying that, it was just a weather balloon. So that's suspect already. So that's where kind of all the pop culture alien lore comes from because everybody knows Roswell. Everybody knows the little green man and the little gray man and the grays and, the five-fingered aliens and all that stuff. I mean, aliens even, they've penetrated pop culture to the point of, and there was a point where it was oversaturated with aliens, but it's still cool no matter what you do. And if you really get into the factual side of things, well, speculative, I should say, because actually there is no fact that there were there probably is, but the speculative end of extraterrestrial life is in regards of UFO sightings, UFO abductions, video evidence, people claiming to be, like the Trevor Bolton. He's the one that got abducted in, I think it was Arizona or New Mexico, one of the two. And Tim, we have a winner already. Do you believe that we have a winner? That can you proudly show Carolyn?
That is correct.
You are correct, Carolyn. Tim's name is actually the real name of Alf, the TV character Alf. silicone-based
Yeah.
life forms.
I know where it is though.
If you know what I mean. I do know what you mean, RD. I clearly do.
It's in my.
But Tim, what do you think? What do you think of? Let's start with you, Tim. You know,
Sure.
you're Ed McMahon.
You are correct.
You're the guy on the couch here. You're my second, and you're the one that keeps me in line here. Where's your stance on aliens, and what do you think? What do you think is out there or isn't out there? Give me your take.
I believe. I'm a big
You
believer.
believe?
Actually, I am a huge believer.
Okay.
I don't believe we've ever seen one. In other words, I believe in the footage of some of these lights that are unexplainable, especially since the Air Force has started to like lighten up, saying, "Yeah, we don't know what the hell this thing was." You know, showing the footage of the ones going in the water, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually seen one. I think all that footage is bullshit. But considering every single shot of an alien we've ever seen looks exactly the same, there's got to be something to that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And
have you ever seen that movie, Paul, Eric?
No.
I highly recommend this movie, Paul. It's a recent movie. It's the two British guys who do Shaun of the Dead and all those guys. You know, what the hell? I forget their names. Anyway, it's really a hardcore pop culture referenced movie. It's about an alien who crashed in 19 whatever.
No shit.
He crashed in Seth Rogen is Paul, is the alien.
Okay.
And there's a massive amount of pop. He's actually responsible for like 85% of pop culture. It's a comedy. It's a ridiculous comedy. And his explanation is you are purposely being fed my picture, so when we finally make contact, you all don't shit your pants.
Oh shit!
I kind of believe that, because
that makes sense.
Why does every alien look right there in Jeremiah's comment? That's the one we get. Why do we always get that alien?
Well, another one, Mike. Now, Mike, Mr. Mike Zant, like you mentioned a few different ones here, and so why don't you take a minute, Mike? And Simon Pegg, you're right, Mike. Why don't you take a minute here? The Flight 1628 incident, Mike. While we continue to bullshit, why don't you give us a couple of short paragraphs explaining to everybody out in TV land what the Flight 1628 incident was all about? Mike, you're going to be our man on the scene. You're going to be Mikepedia, if you will. You're going to be our resident alien expert on aliens right now. So, Mike, give us your little rundown, and while we're waiting for your soliloquy, I will give you my take. Now, Tim, mine's not too far away from yours, but I believe that. Well, the thing is, Tim, is that the height of human arrogance is to believe that we are the only living beings in the entire universe. Now, that is a very American way, and I'm not trying to put down. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, he's a goddamn communist." But that is a very American way of looking at things. I mean, past American way, like 80s Reagan, kind of like I love my country. I'm very proud of my country, and I don't want to seem like I'm putting it down. But it is a very egocentric view to think that we are the only ones in this universe, because I'm kind of alluding to the United States only because there was a time that the United States policed the world. A time the United States had to be involved in everything. And, the American outlook on things is simply like, we're number one, no matter what, you're number two, which I'm not going to disagree with. America's a great place, even though we've failed as the human race on many aspects due to this whole COVID pandemic. I still think America's a great place. We're free. I don't believe there's some big government conspiracy, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to go down and buy a sandwich at the shop. You know what I mean? Like, people, that's one thing, Tim, getting on this thing. Everybody thinks that their rights are being trampled on for this mask stuff and these mandate stuff. They're not. Okay. Nobody's coming to your house with guns and making you go anywhere and do anything. Okay. They're all basically suggestive. And yes, some of them get a little harsh depending on what your job is. Okay. So I'm going to segue that into the centric view I said about us as a human species, believing we're the only life in the universe. Planetary scientist, I think her name was Sarah. I can't remember what her name is. Sarah something. She's a planetary scientist.
Sarah Connor.
I don't know if it's that. or not. But she is a planetary scientist, and she says what we do know is this: that we are in a spiral arm galaxy. Okay. So, and in that spiral arm, we are in the outer rim of an outstretched arm. Okay, so we are one of what we know of in our galaxy, 100 billion stars, which means each star may have a solar system accompanying it. That's 100 billion that we know of, and we also know of 100 billion other galaxies that are in our known universe. That's known, and that's what we know. So to take the view that we are the only living beings in the universe is very, very arrogant, in my opinion. Okay, and I understand certain convictions in life would lead you to want to believe that. Like, let's just say, for the sake of our conversation, you are a religious person and you believe in the Holy Trinity, and you believe that the Earth is only 2,000 years old, and that some long-haired guy with sandals walked on water. That's fine. I have no problem with that at all. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. But what I will say is this: science and scientific instruments have proven to us that look at me. I'm like the aliens guy. This fucking edible's kicking in, man. This is great. So the scientific instruments have proven to us that, okay, so let's start from the beginning, Tim. First, we thought we were the center of the universe. Well, okay, so we've proven that we revolve around the sun, so we're not the center. We're not even the center of our solar system. Okay, so then all of a sudden, bigger telescopes come. Well, actually, our sun is revolving around the galaxy that we're in, and so hey, we're not even the center of that. Then we look at our galaxy. Well, our galaxy is floating around in space, so we're not even the center of that. So that's proven, and that can be proven scientifically. That's a scientific fact. So that's where I'm basing this from, because in my opinion, there can be no way we are alone in the universe. Now, Eric Bergman alludes to the Atwell Hill incident. Is that the one where two unnamed people suddenly blanked out, and when they came to in the seat of their cars, their assholes were sore? Please tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong.
All right. Bye.
That's a real thing, the Atwell Hill incident. But Tim, let's start with pop culture. Since we are pop culture pros, we're on the Pop Culture Pros Network. This is the A to Z program where anything goes. I have some visual aids and some things here to demonstrate how aliens have penetrated our society as a whole. Now,
Oh, yeah.
all of you know what this is. This is a toy made of plastic, and this is actually. Does anybody know what? And you know, Tim, but does anybody know what this character is from? What is this character of? Does anybody know what the name of this movie and what this comes from? This is anybody?
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see if they say it.
Mike Zant, Eric Bergman, all you other people that are watching in TV land. This is an actual alien. This is the species alien. I don't know if they have a species name or not, but this is the alien from the movie Alien. Xenomorph. Thank you, Tim. So this is okay. So there's your pop culture start to aliens. See, it's marketed. Aliens are not just marketable and fascinating, but like I said, they've penetrated all different aspects and mediums of pop culture. As we also know, Tim, we are. Do you guys keep freezing up, or is Bill Gates fucking with my iPad? I would say the latter. Yes, Bill Gates is definitely fucking with your iPad.
It might be the government trying to shut us down, talking about.
It's probably the government going to shut us down, Mike, because we're onto them and anything. But anyway, Tim, you and I are voracious Star Trek fans. We are very knowledgeable. We are probably two of the most knowledgeable and hardcore guys that know Star Wars. I'm going to give the nod to you because I believe that you are just a bit more knowledgeable than I. But aside from Star Wars, since I don't have a Star Wars visual aid, I do have a Star Trek. Now, Star Trek is a beloved series, I'm not going to use the word brand because I think that's fucking dumb. That's overused and hipster, and I'm not doing it. But Star Trek is a franchise and a name that started with the original series, Gene Roddenberry. and it morphed into all these different series and movies. But this is an actual alien, and this is one that is very familiar. This is a Vulcan or Romulan, Lauren. Picard? Is this him as a Romulan or a Vulcan? Which one? Romulan. So Romulans and Vulcans actually come from the same planet, but they split off. They're the same species, but they split apart when Romulans went to the planet Romulus and Vulcans stayed on the planet Vulcan. They're actually the same species, but they are culturally different now. But this is a Vulcan, or Romulan, I'm sorry, with the pointy ears and the Spock haircut. Now that's pretty cool. But that's another example of aliens in our culture. And that's how I think Tim, that kind of softens the blow for people, because like if you talk to people and really get deep with them, like down to the brass tacks of like, well, you know, are we real? Is there really aliens? Because sometimes in the back of your head, you do think about, are we alone? Are there aliens here? And I think the pop culture things and the movies and the gimmicks and everything soften the blow for people to think, okay, so maybe they look like little gray people, or maybe they look like Spock, or maybe they look like Chewbacca. I mean, but when it comes down to it, it's a scary, scary thing to think like, my God, you know, if we aren't alone, what are the other kinds of species? What do they look like? Like, what would they look like, Tim?
I think they're the typical alien that we've been seeing for 50, 60, 70 years. And I said, I kind of believe that movie when it says we're being force-fed a certain image for when and if the time ever comes for that one certain species that we won't be all shitting our pants.
Well, I'm going to...
The big head, the big eyes, that whole thing. Paul, I'll tell you right now, everybody, just watch Paul. Paul's a great movie to watch.
Paul's a great... I've never heard of Paul. I really haven't.
It's like I said, he had it, Simon Pegg. It's just a great movie. It's a lot of stupid references, a lot of Paul. Actually, so many references. Yeah, I actually was like going through them all to make sure I nailed them. A lot of little hidden jokes. It's great. But Eric, real quick, what you were saying before about the religion people. Religious people are the ones who mostly deny alien life because they don't. Oh, no. God created the heaven, the earth, this and that. Okay, but why can't God create the universe?
Yeah.
Why can't God have created everything?
Exactly.
Maybe he created everything and then said, you're on your own. I'm fucking off.
I don't know what that was. Oh, okay. I do know what that was. Something fell. But no, I agree with you, Tim. I think you're right. And just for some more visual aids, we're gonna go through and check out some gray aliens. Now, here's like a typical. I mean, that's obviously been enhanced and a little more modernized for people to see, but there's what your typical gray alien and your typical alien looks like, and that's what we're fed mostly. Now, you think that these are probably what the aliens are looking like?
Yeah, I think again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Area 51 is crawling with these things. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that kind of an asshole. What I'm going to say is if there's been contact, if this is what they look like. And I'm not saying they're the only ones out there, but this is the ones that we've probably already contacted as far as
yeah.
Yeah, these are the ones.
Okay.
As I said, why do they all look exactly like this?
Yeah.
Or some shaped just like this. So like I said, even though it's just a movie, I think Paul nailed it where it said, you've been force fed my face for 56 years. I think that's like a major. It's a good point. Even though it's just a movie, it still makes a great point.
It is a very good point.
So if it pops up in your backyard, you're not going to shit your pants one day. I mean, you still might shit your pants. I mean, I would shit my pants if it popped up in my backyard, but you might not be as afraid because you've been seeing this face for 50, 60 years.
Very true. And another thing, Tim, is like, do you think maybe that like there's a chance that they capitalized on this to like kind of get us thinking this is actually what they do look like?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so too. We're going to take a look at some different other images of aliens.
But what's scary about it is these might be the good ones. These are the ones who are being shown because they're the friendly ones. They're the allies. They're the ones you can count on. Because believe me, I believe more in the Independence Day type alien that wants to come here and fucking kill us more than I do ET.
Yeah.
And guess
Well,
what? Will Smith ain't gonna fucking save us. Sorry,
no, because
we're dead if they decide to come here and take us over. So,
I mean, Tim, there's some pretty fucking scary looking aliens that people have. Some images of aliens that people have come up with, and I'm gonna go through some of them right now with us, Tim. So here's the alien from the movie Alien. That's pretty gruesome. Here's another one. I don't know. That might be. Is that a xenomorph too, or is it, oh, that's the Predator
that's a predator
with
holding
an
an alien head.
The Predator's an alien too. There's okay, so there's those. They look like those things that were in. What the hell were those things called? Oh, those guys that came before Alien or whatever, the Prometheus. Holy
But
shit!
again, they all kind of look alike.
They all kind of look alike. Like this guy, he's taking a shit. That's okay.
He's from.
I don't know.
Is he from where's
Is
that
he from
guy
Star
from?
Wars? Resident Alien. It says season 2. I don't know.
I don't know either.
This here you go getting crazy with Oddworld. I think that's Abe or something from Oddworld. Oh, there's a cool one. Aliens as people see them. Well, that might be that very well might be true, because there's a lot. Oh, Tim, look at here's the famous alien autopsy. Remember this?
And they said they all look alike.
They kind of all do look alike. That's the alien autopsy. Wow. So that's another aspect of the Roswell thing, that they believe that they captured these guys and that they started doing autopsies on them and stuff in the 40s. I mean, can you imagine like these guys in the 1940s, so these like lieutenants and majors and soldiers, like, yeah, see, yeah. So what do we got here? Yeah, I don't trust the guy. Look at this guy's mug here. See,
now I believe that there was something happened at Roswell.
I do too.
But I don't believe this is fucking anywhere near real.
Mm-mm.
Look at we're I mean, people don't want to admit it, but we're a scared, shitty species.
We are.
If we found out that these things were real today, there'd be fucking riots tomorrow.
There would be, and
That's
you know,
half of
the problem with that is, Tim, is that since the Dark Ages, actually since BC, like when AD turned to BC or BC turned to AD, religion has kind of dominated society. Religion has instilled fear in people. Religion has controlled countries, controlled continents. Religion makes billions and billions of dollars a year, mostly tax-free. So religion has really skewed scientific view and free thought over the years. Now, it's great now that we have more free thought, and everybody wants to use woke, but I think woke's dumb. People are just starting to realize that the logic that they have can be applied in their life, and they're not going to be held contemptible for it. So it's really cool now that people are opening up and saying, you know what? There might be religion and there might be a God, but there's also this. I mean, there's no reason that the two can't coexist. Because like you said, God, if God created the heaven and earth, the heavens is really outer space. So it means maybe he created that too.
It's all possible.
Look at this alien. They think Donald Trump's an alien. He might be. I don't know. But sometimes they get...
Look at the picture.
Look at the picture, yeah.
I hate force feeding that Paul thing again, but like I said, look, let's say that's 100% true. Where that's the image we've been given. Look how long it's taken, and we're still not ready for it.
No, we're still not.
That's the one thing where I know the government's evil. The government they just spying on us. They do all these bad things. But it's something for something like this, there's Paul right there.
Where's Paul? Hold on. Which one's Paul?
Holding up his finger on the bottom.
Like this?
That's Paul.
Is that Paul? Hi, Paul.
That's Seth Rogen. That's Paul.
That's Seth Rogen. Okay. Well, Tim, it's too bad that it's like that, because the bottom line of the whole thing is that they a certain sect of a country's society, or a country's government, or the people that run certain countries don't want them to. I mean, there could be one of two reasons. One is control, but I don't think there's a big giant government conspiracy and a one world currency and a new world order. There's only fucking one new world order, and they are just too sweet. And that's the bottom line right there. The fucking NWO is Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and whatever. But
I'm getting tongue tied now. You know what my new favorite theory is?
What's your new favorite theory?
My new favorite theory is the reason NASA started going into space is because they found something under the water 15,000 times more terrifying. Now, let me tell you something. I believe that shit. I believe that shit. Because we have, what are we, 3% of the ocean? In our entire existence? We've only done 3%? Dude, I'm telling you right now, there's something scary in the center of this fucking planet. And that's why I think they're like, yo, we got to get off this planet.
Well, think about how deep the Mariana Trench is out there in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Japan, between Japan and like the South Pacific and stuff. The Mariana Trench is 7 miles deep. 7 miles, Tim. 7 miles of fucking ocean. What the fuck is down there? Like, you get these scientists that say, well, they drop things down there like, oh, it's just like anglerfish with weird glow-in-the-dark things on them. Yeah, okay, sure. I believe that. But what the fuck else is down there? I mean, come on. The bloop? Anybody know what the bloop is? How about the bloop?
Now that fucking, we see squid that are bigger than fucking cars.
And it's proven.
Yeah. And
it's proven.
And what took and this has been proven. This isn't one of those fake things. What took a bite out of a blue whale?
Out of a blue whale.
Big enough to take a bite out of a fucking blue whale. The biggest animal on the planet that we know of. Something took a bite out of one.
And it wasn't just a nibble, man. It was a fucking chomp.
No,
it was a chomp.
I'm more terrified of what's in the ocean than what's in space.
These people fucking wonder why I don't like going out on the water. I mean, like you said, back in when the age of exploration, when like Columbus and all those other fuckheads were traveling across the Atlantic, and all the Vikings and stuff, and they're like the Kraken. Well, the Kraken turns out to be real. The colossal squid and the giant squid are real things. And listen, they've determined, the scientists who've found some of the carcasses or the living specimens of these things have determined most of the ones that they have found were juvenile and immature, and they were like 40 fucking feet long. Like, how big do these goddamn things get? Like, can you imagine? Just like, oh, I'm gonna go take a dip in the ocean, and all of a sudden this eye that's like the size of a fucking satellite dish comes like looming up on you, and then you see this big red thing that's as big as a school bus with tentacles that are like a mile long. No, man, that's real shit. And that's alien too, Tim, by the way. Think about it. That's alien to us. Like if we were on a cruise ship, like if, me and Greg Maycumber and Jeremiah were out sitting there on the deck having a drink and some big tentacle came over the thing, I'd be freaked the fuck out, because that's alien to me. That's foreign. You know what I mean?
And you know what? There's just too much footage of shit going on right now. That's just stuff. I understand maybe in the 70s, in the 80s, all right, aliens aren't real. There's no proof. There's no proof. Dude, nowadays, and when the government starts dropping shit, come on. Something's going on. When the government's finally admitting, we've come across shit that we can't explain, something's up. Something's up.
And well, as you like what you're saying, Tim, they've declassified a lot of these things, and now a lot of these pilots and stuff are free to talk about what they see. Now, like you said, they're not coming right out and saying they're extraterrestrials, but they're saying we don't know what it was. It's nothing that we know of
but it was
any other country.
It moved faster than anything we've ever seen before.
And it moved in different positions. It would like go like this, then up and down and over, and it's like, come on, man, that's not
this year, Eric. I don't know if it's this year or next year. They're supposedly going to declassify what some of the astronauts saw on the moon, as opposed to the dark side of the moon, and why we never went back.
Right, Michael Collins, when he circled the moon, and all those other guys.
That's some terrifying shit, because we've never seen the dark side of the moon. That's why it's the fucking dark side of the moon. What's on that side of the moon? What scared the shit of those astronauts? They didn't want to go back again. That's all I'm saying.
Greg Maycumber has a sighting. He says, my dad and I watched a ship flash and take off one night at camp. Dude, I totally believe you, because like, you've got to keep an eye on the sky, man, because if you just look up and pay attention, like, you're going to see some serious shit sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying every single time you're going to see a UFO or whatever, but dude, too many people have seen too many different things, and too many people have seen a lot of things that like correlate. They're almost the same as what somebody else say. Somebody in Australia saw the same thing as somebody in Winnipeg, Manitoba saw. Not at the same time, but around the same thing. So Bergie, Mike says Bergie is an extraterrestrial. There, I said it. Cat's out of the bed. Well, I mean, the noises that he makes certainly sound extraterrestrial. Chaga, chaga. My friend, who's a captain, was fishing on the Gulf of Mexico, has footage of a light coming up from the water and hovering. Then it speeds up and shoots straight into space. Remind me to show you on Sunday, Timmy. It's crazy. His stuff is private. Well, it ain't no more. Not if you're going to show it to us, Jeremiah. No, but that's crazy shit because that shit really happens. I mean, think about it. Like the whole Bermuda Triangle thing. I'm not sure if the Bermuda Triangle is like a real dangerous place, but I'm sure that there is shit underwater that you're meant not to disturb. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. Chris Summers said, a good question, Chris. Do you think the lost world of Atlantis is real? Chris, I given the okay, so we all know that due to science, again, we know that there have been more than one flood that has encompassed the earth because we find it in the strata of the rocks, and as we dig down, we see different layers of different times that floods have occurred. So one of these floods, like every time the earth has flooded, they know that it has changed the upper like the continental geographics of the earth. So like not all the continents were always shaped the same is what I mean. Like some were, some are, some are connected, and continental drift separates them apart. But also there was more shoreline at one time, and there was probably more islands, and there was probably maybe even another continent. Now, Chris, you're right. So I think it's real, and I think probably that due to the rising and lowering of all these different floods and these different stages of the Earth's geographic history, I probably would say that there probably was an Atlantis somewhere. Now, were they this ancient telepathic, crystal humming society that, had lasers back in 4700 BC? No, probably not. But I think there probably was a lost continent or a lost civilization that probably got swallowed up, but they probably could see it coming and they probably got out of there. So, because it just didn't happen overnight. I mean, it's gradual. You know what I mean? It's kind of gradual. So, but yeah, I kind of think that. So the dark side of the moon, Tim. So, keeping with something close to Earth, that's a really interesting subject, is the dark side of the moon, because they say now with the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter that you can see what's on the dark side of the moon because it orbits the whole moon, but it's dark and you can't really make things out. I don't entirely disagree with you that they might just not be showing you what's on there because it might be fucked up.
Yeah.
It might be fucked up.
Look, we as a species are not ready to hear some shit. We're not.
No, we're not. It would probably shatter the fabric of society because we wouldn't be able to handle, like, what if we were told that we're all like okay, let's get science fiction with this. What if we were told we were all clones? What if we were told we're all an experiment? What if we were told we're just what would you call a satellite species put on this earth because we were from actually another planet far away?
What if we're sea monkeys? Aliens dumped us on this planet. We grew into a species, and now they show up every now and then to check on our progress, and then they leave again because, they failed.
I could agree with that.
Anything is, we don't know. Anything is possible.
We don't know. And yes, we have failed. Greg Maycomer says, well, it might be China. Well, if we were manufactured, China probably manufactured us because they manufacture everything. Plastic toys, saran wrap, But, yeah, dude, I don't think I think it's a pretty narrow view to believe that we're not We're not Jeremiah. They Live. Epic movie. Epic movie. And that is not far fetched either. I mean that could be. That's another scenario. What about God though? This isn't a religious debating show, Chris. We're not here to tell you whether anything is or is not. Today we're talking about aliens, and this isn't the forum for religious conflict, man. So we're neutral on that right now. We're not here to tell you what is and what isn't. That's for you to believe. That's your faith. So I can't tell you this, that, or the other about that. This isn't the forum for that. So
but like we were saying though, they go. Let's say right now, what time is it? It's 8:30, 9 o'clock. The president that idiot comes on the screen and says, "Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The dark side of the moon is covered with alien spaceships. This and that. Blah blah blah. This is going to happen. We might get invaded. We're all going to die. Who knows? How long does it take for the first store to get looted?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Within
seconds. Seconds, it's going to happen. We're again, like I said, I keep going back to Paul. I apologize, but it makes so much sense to me. We're not ready yet. We've been hinted at alien life for 50, 60, 70 years now, but I don't think anyone thinks we're still ready to accept it.
No,
we're still not ready yet, and that's why that's why they won't just come out and say, "All right, here's Area 51. We got a ship. This one we got this. This one we got this. All those lights you saw, that was a fucking spaceship. Get ready because they're going to come soon."
And
the world will implode.
You know what else, Tim, is the show Ancient Aliens. Now, everybody looks at that and laughs, and everybody thinks it's this big satirical show that is just meant for fun, and they call it pseudoscience. But while I agree that some of the theories and scenarios are, I don't want to say far-fetched, but a little hard right now to swallow, there are aspects of that show that do ring a bit of truth. You know what I mean? The small ones. I mean, obviously it's meant for entertainment, and I'm not coming down on these guys because these are in that field of ancient aliens, the ancient astronaut theory. In that field, they're the renowned experts. So, I like I said, I'm not saying they're not right, but I'm saying that a lot of it, I at this moment in time, I can't dig, but there are small aspects of it that they examine that do make you think okay, this isn't just something new. And I'm going to tell you why, Tim. And because in classic art, like Renaissance art and stuff like that, there are allusions to aliens.
Chris, if you ask my opinion real fast, Chris, I would say no. Whether they're hostile or we're just not ready to accept them, I would say we wouldn't be friends. We're a panicky bunch of fucking fools.
We really are. We really are.
Our first instinct is to capture and dissect and fucking what can we get out of this thing? That's our first instinct. So I don't know. I don't know who'd be more afraid of, the fucking aliens or the government and shit doing what they got to do. And again, I'm not anti-government. I'm just saying.
No, it's that's the truth. Now this is I believe. Remember this photo? I think this is this Michelangelo? I can't remember what.
I don't know, but it's a famous picture though. Yeah,
it's a famous picture of Mary, the Virgin. I think it's the Virgin Mary. I think it is. Mike, you're my art expert too. I don't want to say the name of this or the artist wrong, but here you can clearly see that in this classic piece. Let me see if I can blow this up here. In this classic piece, now look. Now here's the original, right here. Here's the original. Now, if you go down here, there's the airship that is painted in the background. Okay. Now, whatever you think that looks like, I mean, this guy down here, he's looking up at it and everything. And obviously, you're meant to see the image as it truly is of her, but also, Tim, you're meant to look down and say, well, what the hell is that guy looking at? You know what I mean? It's like, so that I'll tell you something, that would, when Discovery was first brought into debatable conjecture here, and I think I just used two of the same words in different meanings. But I blame it on the edible. I don't care. So, but anyway, that's back. That's like 500 years ago that they were painting. So, belief in extraterrestrial life isn't a new thing. You know what I mean? It's not something that hasn't been thought of before. Now, whether it, did they see something? Did they not? Was you know what I mean? But this kind of stuff is something to make you think. Like, oh wow, look at that! Hundreds of years ago, Mike. What's Mike gonna say? Well, they're gonna kill you if you give them quick, short. Sharps, do it again. Did I mean? Because I would have given him a thrashing, but only hit him once. The only difference between right and wrong, isn't it? I mean, good manners don't cost nothing, do they?
What is this?
What's that from? I have no idea what that's from.
No, I mean,
Mike, what is that from, Mike? We're not hip. We're not hip to that cat. But anyway, so Tim, I have to ask you. Let's get off the seriousness of extraterrestrial life and aliens walking among us. Give me, just off the top of your head, no particular order, no anything. Give me your 5 favorite fictional aliens from movies, television, comics, anything. Give me 5. Just give me 5 aliens that you love. It could be an alien species off top of your head, or a particular person or being. Give me a top of your head. Give me your 5 favorite aliens.
Wookiees.
Wookiees. I like Wookiees
because they're loyal. They're loyal, and they'll rip your goddamn arm off.
How about the one in Boba Fett?
Yes, Black Chrysanthemum, man, took that guy's arm right off.
What's his name?
Black Chrysanthemum.
Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah. Wookiees. Ithorians. They're also from Star Wars. They're also known as Hammerhead. Remember the figure Hammerhead?
Yes. Hammerhead.
Ithorians. I love those dudes.
They're cool.
E.T. I'm gonna go E.T.
E.T. I get it.
I was a big E.T. guy. That's 3. Oh my God, 2 more. You know what? I'm gonna go Alf, because I hope if we do make contact, they're silly and funny.
They're jovial, yeah.
And I'm allergic to cats.
So they can eat all the cats that they want.
Eat all the fucking cats they want. I could care less.
Tim, I guess Mike's, real quick, not to cut you off, but I guess what Mike was giving us was the Pink Floyd song "Us and Them." Well, if this is a Pink Floyd show, I guess I'd give it a little more
credence. Like 2 hours, that lady.
But
I can't think of it.
You're at Alf, so you got 2 more, right?
I got 1 more: Wookiee, Thorian, Alf, E.T.,
and you get 1 more.
I get 1 more. Ooh, what are you? Mork for Mork? No, not Mork for Mork.
No, Mork's an alien.
Yeah, Mork's an alien, but if I really want a Mork, because I love Robin Williams, but I couldn't take living with that dude for 24 hours.
Nanu.
He would drive me crazy.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That 5th one, I don't know. I got to think about that 5th guy.
If I were off the top of my head name my favorite alien species, I would probably say I like the Shi'ar from Marvel, because I like Gladiator. I like the Shi'ar galaxy, the Shi'ar people. The Ferengi from Star Trek. I like the Ferengi.
Oh, you know what? I'll go Klingon.
Klingon. There you go.
I'll go Klingon because you gotta have those badass guys for you to get your back.
You really do.
Yeah,
you really do.
I'll go Klingon.
Klingon. Okay, so yours was, so you had the Hammerhead, Wookiees, E.T.,
Alf,
Klingons. And the Klingons. So I'm going Shi'ar, Ferengi. Let's see, who else? What other alien species do I admire? You know who I always liked in Star Trek was the Greedo species. I always liked them. Well, what are they called? Greedo.
Excuse me, I'm having a coughing attack.
You're having a coughing attack. That's okay.
The Rhodians.
Rhodians. I like the Rhodians. And speaking of Star Wars, I also like the Jesus Christ, I just had it. I don't know, whatever. So Shi'ar, the Ferengi, the Rhodians. I like. You know who I like is in the Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man. Those big giant alien guys. He was just one alien guy. It was Richard Keel played the alien that came to Earth to save them and save us and help us grow food, but really they were just fattening us up so they could turn us into soup. But there you go, good alien reference. But I like that. So I need one more.
What about V? Remember V?
V, The Final Battle. Wow, that was a great show. 80s, so 80s. Oh, Mark Singer was in that. The Beastmaster.
Beastmaster was in. Mark Singer
No
said,
shit.
As soon as you said feed, fatten them up, I was like, oh yeah, they came to eat us.
They came to
take our water, and take us for food.
Take us for food. And I'm gonna probably have to say. I'm probably going to have to say They Live. The aliens from They Live were cool. Just off the top of my head, no particular order. They're some of my favorite aliens. Does anybody else out there got some favorite aliens that we missed or that we want to talk about? Or
Jeremiah popped up his. The Great Gazoo, the Martian Warner Brothers.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian?
Marvin the Martian, yeah.
Alf, Predator, and the Mars Attacks.
That's cool. All right. Jeremiah getting on it, man. That's good. What about you, Bergie? Who do you like besides okay.
I don't know. Sam's throwing out now the two from The Simpsons and Roger from American Dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. A little more modern, yeah. But they're good depictions of aliens and pop culture. That's pretty cool. Bergie, what do you like? Give me some aliens, Berg. Look at Lauren. Lauren says the aliens from Independence Day, the insect aliens from Starship Troopers.
You're the evil. You're all the evil aliens, Lauren.
Yeah, she's fucked up. But as always, and I'm gonna get shit for this too, from you and from her. I am like a major movie misser because movies sometimes just don't interest me, and I've never seen Independence Day, nor have I seen Starship Troopers. So I have no idea what either one of those aliens look like.
Independence Day, I think you should see.
Okay.
Starship Troopers is just me personally, hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see once, but I don't think it'll it never hooked me in. Yeah,
I'm not one of those guys that's compelled to go out and watch every movie. Like if I'm into something and I want to see the actual movie about something I'm into, I'll watch it. But I'm not a giant. I'm not a giant movie guy, but I do like the movies that we share and enjoy. I do like that, and I do love going to the movies. So it's ironic, isn't it? I don't watch many movies, but I love going to the movies. Anyway, Tim, I got into Star Trek recently, and not recently. I've respected Star Trek. I never was a big fan, but I figured out my gripe with Star Trek was I didn't really care for the original series. Okay. But as I got watching the Next Generation, and particularly my favorite Deep Space Nine, there's some cool shit. The changelings from Deep Space Nine that can change and morph into anything, they're a cool species. And of course, Klingons are in that too. Klingons are fucking nasty.
The changelings are also from First Contact.
First Contact, yep. We're changelings were in First Contact, Lauren?
No, not First Contact.
She's
Undiscovered Country.
Shoulders.
Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country. Okay. Oh, hey, what's Bergie got? Ming the Merciless. Whoa, that's a deep cut. Oh man, Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon. That's a good one, Berg.
Call him an alien.
That's a good one.
He'll stab you in the chest.
He'll stab you in the chest. So aliens have to come here. I mean, they obviously probably if they're far more advanced than we are, they can just like Star Trek, they can transport themselves. What do they call it? What am I missing, Lauren? Energize themselves.
Transport
in a transporter. But they typically have to come here in a spaceship. Okay. Now, Tim, let's go again. Give me. I'm not going to tell you how many to name, but just off the top of your head, give me some spaceships from science fiction. Give me some cool spaceships. Like, give me a couple. What do you got? Give me some cool spaceships.
I could do that for hours, dude.
Well, give me
because
some. Just
you
start
got
hitting
you
me.
got you got your Star Destroyer, you got your TIE fighters, you got your snow speeders, you got your I'll give you the Enterprise. The Enterprise is a
Enterprise.
fantastic ship. You got
Yeah.
your Birds of
Warp
Prey
9.
from Klingon. You
Ooh,
got
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey is a cool ass shit, man.
What about a Romulan warbird?
Yeah, those are pretty cool too. I mean, you got you can go on. I mean, I can name every ship from Star Wars if you really want me to get into that.
You really could.
The Millennium Falcon.
The greatest ship of all time, the Millennium
That's right.
Falcon.
I mean, you can just go on and on for those. But
I think the Falcon could outrun the Enterprise. I really do.
I do too. It's too fast.
Yeah, it's too fast.
Especially when Han Solo's
Hey, don't you know that's the ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs?
less than 12.
Less than 12. She's fast enough for you, Lauren. What's the cargo? She hates it when I the lonesome death of Jordy Verrill. Mike, you're gonna have to be a little more specific. We're just common guys here. We're not hip to that.
Eric, what
Unless
about
you know.
Signs? Did you ever see Signs?
You know what, Tim? Ironically enough, one time I did sit through Signs.
Those, I don't care what you think of the movie itself, those fuckers were scary.
They were fuck ass scary.
When the first scene when you see them run by the fucking window and River Phoenix shits his pants, Joaquin Phoenix, whatever his name is, that's a fucking great scene. And you shit your pants. I shit my pants. I was like, oh, here we go.
That was
fucking and to me, that's a believable movie. Like I believe I believe that's going to happen before I believe ET will happen.
Yep, me too.
Just me.
Yeah.
I'm a pessimist. Because I'm a pessimist.
No, dude, that's a definite scenario that could come upon, man. That's definite. Hey, wait a minute. What about Galactus?
Oh,
Galactus
shit.
from Marvel.
Yeah, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if the Galactus shows up? Nothing. Yeah. We're dead.
No, we're totally dead unless the Silver Surfer has a change of heart and has pity on us and drives Galactus away. Or actually, what he did was strike a deal with him. It didn't happen the way that the asshole writers in the Fantastic Four #2 original movie did. He didn't blow himself and Galactus up. He made a deal with Galactus to spare Earth, but he in turn was banished to Earth. That's how the original comic. See, as you know, Tim, I'm not. I like the movies, but I'm a comic book guy. I love the comics and I love following the comics. So, but yeah, Galactus. He's like the ultimate devastating destroyer of worlds. He's the destroyer of worlds. It's Galactus. Devourer. I'm sorry, devourer of worlds. I have a blonde mustache, in case you haven't noticed. It's blonde, and this is gray.
It's fucking blonde. I'm sorry.
It's fucking blonde.
I had a quote Fight Club today because Meatloaf passed away.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, Tim. While we're doing the RIPS, let's run down quick the depressing 2022 so far. So Betty White was 2021. Yeah. But Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Horrible.
Then
Meatloaf
today, and Louis Anderson, man. Oh God.
There was someone else too in there. I forget who it was already. But yeah, they've been dropping like flies since 2020. Since January 1st already.
Mike says we're freezing, but I haven't gotten that from anybody else. It must be maybe I don't know. Maybe he's having trouble connected. It happens sometimes, Mike. Sometimes depending on. Oh, I think it is.
They're stopping us from revealing.
It probably stopped when we stopped talking about aliens so much and governmental conspiracies, which I don't really believe in, but I do believe that the government is not telling us things because A, they're the government and they're too big and they don't have to. Like, and I don't want to know everything. Like everybody's just like, oh, my freedom. Oh, they're taking my four-wheeler and my American flag and I got to chew. You know what I mean? They're not taking that shit away from you, okay? But why do you need to know how much gold is in Fort Knox? Why do you need to know the ingredients of the COVID vaccine? It's not like you fucking know what they are or what they're fucking made of or how to make it, but you need to know what's in it because you don't trust it. Okay.
You don't know what's in the COVID vaccine, right? You don't know what's in the COVID vaccine, so people won't take it. But you don't know what's in fucking NyQuil. You don't know what's in fucking Tylenol. You don't know what the
What
fuck
about
anything. But you take
what
that.
about chicken? What about chicken tenders from Burger King? You know what's in that?
You don't know?
No, don't take the COVID vaccine. No, that makes a lot of sense. They're taking my freedom. I ain't wearing no mask. I'll take my freedom. My four wheeler.
Right, Eric.
Fucking
Right. Eric's right. Sidney Poitier also. That was.
Oh, Sidney Poitier.
That's what I
Oh
couldn't
my
think of.
God, dude! Guess who's coming to dinner? Have you
Mhm.
ever seen that movie?
It's a great movie.
That is one of the greatest movies ever made. It is so fucking great. R.I.P. Sidney Poitier for that one. Oh, come on, he was great. Yeah, but Louis died. Tim, Louis died. Louis Anderson's father.
Look, Louis Anderson though had one of the greatest jokes ever, and it was the very first joke I ever saw him do because that was the first joke he said, where he'd step out because remember he was huge, and he moved the microphone stand. He goes, "Let me move this out of the way so you can see me better." And dude, I rolled.
That's so good.
I was like, you know what, dude? Don't say nothing else.
That's so good
because you're gonna ruin it. I don't want to hear nothing
It
else.
is. Now, listen. Have you ever watched those shorts? Like they probably were on Comedy Central, but they're on YouTube. It's like it has like comedians come on and tell a quick story. It's called This Is Not Happening. Have you ever looked any of them up and seen them? Like Kevin Hart does them, Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan, Doug Stanhope. Louis Anderson does a couple, and he tells a couple of great stories. And they put their comedic twist on it and everything. But dude, do yourself a favor, and as a tribute to Louis Anderson, look up that episode of This Is Not Happening with Louis Anderson, the one about his brother and his dad and at the Elks Club. And, oh, dude, it's so good. It is so good. Louis Anderson, what a funny guy. Remember that? Wait a minute. Let's go deeper with Louis Anderson, Tim. Let's go back to when you and I were, say, 14 years old. Do you remember a movie with Louis Anderson, Richard? He was the comic that always went like this and this. They were Cub Scouts and they never got their badge. And then they went back to the Cub Scout camp and tried to get their badge. Or Den 7 or something. And they always had those two guys that were trying to foil it. Richard, what the hell was his name? Richard, whatever. You know what? We're going to have to. Louis and Coming to. Oh, Bergman. We'll put that one up. Louis and Coming to America. Fucking classic.
I started out just like you guys. Now I'm washing lettuce. Soon I'll be on fries.
Fries.
That was Louis Coming to America.
Yeah. Tim, give us so you're a big Full House fan, right?
Sure.
Have you ever watched some of Bob Saget's older stand-up?
Oh, when he was raunchy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was funny as shit, man.
I'm looking up Louis Anderson's Wikipedia because I got to know what the hell the name of that movie was.
I don't remember him in so many movies. Even at his most popular, I don't remember.
Really? Well, let's see. Coming to America, Rat Boy, Mr. Wrong, Cook Off, Sandy, BB's Kids, The Wrong Guys. Is it The Wrong Guys?
That sounds like it.
Hang on a minute. Louis Anderson, yes. 30 years ago, Louis Anderson was the leader of a group of Cub Scouts, Den 7, the Owl Patrol, consisting of himself, Richard, the ladies' man. Okay, so dude, Richard Lewis, Richard Belzer, Tim Thomerson, all these guys, Ernie Hudson, John Goodman.
Wow.
They were all in this movie. Dude, this is such a great movie. Do yourself a favor and watch this movie in memory of Louis Anderson. Like I said, there's a bunch of great comics in it, and it's such a funny freaking movie, man. It's such a funny movie. The Wrong Guy. What did I say? The Wrong Guys.
The Wrong Guys.
Did I say that? Yeah, I said
Guy.
that. Richard Bergman. Did you have it before me? I'll give you credit, Berg. I'll give you credit, dude. That movie was so great. Oh God, it was one of those HBO movies that you caught like after school or like at night or whatever. It's such a great movie, man. It was so fun. Tim, we've already done an hour on this epic aliens program. You got anything you want to add personally or consequently to anything we've been talking about?
Look, I'll just say it again. First, Eric, go watch Paul. You're gonna love that movie. 2, I very much believe But I also believe that what's in the water is way more fucking terrifying, and we should be very afraid of what's in. I've over the last couple of years, I've switched from space to the ocean. I'm terrified of what's in the ocean.
Really?
Terrified.
Probably because it's more of a domestic threat because it's right here on Earth with us, right?
Well, when you put it into the concept that NASA was created to explore the oceans, and then when they found what they found, they were like, "Fuck this! We got to get off this planet. Let's start looking in space." That's a terrifying concept.
Yeah, because
And
obviously,
another alien movie, by the way, Cloverfield,
Cloverfield.
is
I've
based
heard of
on.
that.
Cloverfield's not an alien. He's from our ocean.
Is he?
He was underneath. A satellite crashed into the ocean and woke that thing up.
Like Cthulhu?
And he came up and wreaked havoc at Cloverfield. And Cloverfield was just a baby. That's something a lot of people don't know. Cloverfield was a baby running around looking for its mother. So imagine what the mother looked like. Way fucking bigger than the Cloverfield monster. So Cloverfield I think is terrifying because like I said, it's not an alien. It's from here. It's what's lurking on our planet in the ocean that we can't get to because we have the technology to go to Mars, but we can't go down to the fucking Mariana Trench.
Well, we can. We can, but like you said, we just don't want to.
Or we have gone down there and we're not going back down there again.
No, because there's like a fucking 8-mile shark living down there or something.
Yeah, but I said I believe, and I said I do believe we're not ready as a species to accept the fact that they're here, or that we know them, or that they're friendly, or that they're not friendly.
Right.
I don't think we're ready as a people, and I think if you want to yell at the government for that, that's fine. But I think this is that one time where they're like, listen, this is your best interest. You don't want to know what we know.
You don't have to yell at the government for knowing that we failed as a species because we as human beings put more stock in keeping up with the Kardashians than we do in the explorative prospects that we can find and the knowledge that can be garnered from outer space and or the ocean. So we're more worried about what the Kardashians are doing or whatever than we are of our natural surroundings and things we can garner wisdom from. Yes, I understand we need entertainment, but that's the mentality, and that's why the human race is failing. So, Bunker, you can fuck off. As far as me personally, yes, I believe that there are aliens. I believe that there are a multitude of worlds and galaxies that have intelligent life, possibly more intelligent than us, possibly less. There's probably all sorts of them. It's probably just like Star Wars. And I only wish that were true. But that's going to about do it for the A to Z program tonight. I'd like to thank everybody over there, over here that commented and joined us and gave us their input. Mike and Berg, thanks for your intuitive and deep threaded knowledge on all things obscure. Jeremiah, I want to see that footage. And everybody else, Sam, thanks for stopping in. Everybody, thanks for popping in on the A to Z program. We're going to return to you next week, next Friday, again at 8, with a surprise show. I can't give it away yet because if I did, I'd probably get mobbed at going down the street, and it's just going to be too big and too wild. So be ready. We're going to knock your socks off. But before we do that, Tim, is there anything upcoming in the next week here that we should be aware of on the Pop Culture Pros Network?
Of course there is. Why? Because we are the goddamn best there is. Tomorrow afternoon, a special Saturday edition of Granny's Peach Tea is coming out. They will be discussing Batman Forever, as well as all those DC shows and John Cena's new Peacemaker show, which is pretty goddamn good. I have to admit
sweet.
it.
I'm going to have to watch that. I watch Granny's Peach Tea, by the way. Everybody else should too.
Oh, and Eric, I might as well bring it up to you. Our good friend Jason, who does the Granny's PC as well as Double O Deep Dive, has requested a change of nights with Just Too Sweet. So I think we're going to go Monday so they can go on Tuesday because they had a conflict of interest. So if that's cool with you, maybe we'll go Monday.
Oh, we might be Just Too Sweet Monday, huh?
Yeah, let them go Tuesday because they had a conflict of interest. And Unsportsmanlike Conduct will be back next Thursday. Watch our world famous football picks with us. Oh, and guess what? Jada and Kyle made a special return. They did not go live. They did not go live. They did not go live, but they did record a Scream 5 review of the movie. So yes, they made their triumphant return, but they did not go live with the show.
Wow.
They did a quick review of Scream 5, which is up on the network now. It's on YouTube. Check that out. And
No shit.
yeah, Shooting the Sith. We'll be back
Shooting
pretty
the
soon.
Sith.
I have 2 episodes of Boba Fett to get through.
Yeah, you got to get through them too, because I am a voracious lover of Boba Fett. I think it's a great show.
Are
I'm
you
into
caught up,
it.
Eric? Are you caught up?
I watched episode 4 today.
All right, so maybe you'll go with me because I need someone to go with me. I have no one to go with me on the show. That's why I haven't done it yet.
Then let me know, and I am more than happy to go with you on that because
Maybe
I'm
we'll
loving Boba Fett. Lauren actually said Boba Fett's her favorite show so far of the Star Wars franchise.
Maybe we'll do a Sunday afternoon special or something like that. Sunday night,
I think that would be fun, Tim.
or a Monday, huh? Afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
maybe a Monday doubleheader.
Maybe a Monday doubleheader. We'll keep that speculative and surprise fans when we figure out what we're going to do with it. So, Shooting the Sith, Unsportsmanlike Conduct, Granny's Peach Tea tomorrow. Don't miss it. Jada and Kyle have a special up on YouTube, so go watch that. And as I said, Tim and I will be back with the A to Z program next Friday. But until then, this is Tim Tabala. I'm A to Z, Eric Zant. We want to thank you for watching the show. And I have to say, in parting words, live long and prosper, and may the Force be with you. Good night, everybody. End broadcast.